What's going on, everyone? Talen here, and welcome to another account progression video. Alright, so it is time for another tier 2 character, and we're going to be getting Wiccan to tier 2 today. So I'm going to be tier 2ing him so that I can start on my quest of getting all of the new Avengers to tier 2 to get that lovely CTP of destruction from the special mission quest there, or whatever it's actually called. I can't remember. But anyway, yeah, we have Wiccan up here, so let's go ahead and take a look. And yeah, I haven't really built up Wiccan. He's just been leveled up and sat there. So as you can see, his gears are ready to go. His skills, none of them need to be leveled up because none of them give him any... Oh, actually, no, does his third skill need to be... I think the third skill actually does need to be leveled up to get that 80% chance to penetrate, but... yeah, I think that's the only one. And besides that, nothing else has an effect on it that needs to be leveled up. And that is only in the zone that he puts down there, that dispel zone. So it's not too useful, but you can level it up if you want to. The ice weight set, we just have a regular one on here, which I'm very surprised. What is that fully awakened chaotic ISO doing on there? I do not remember putting that on Wiccan here, but anyway, he's got a fully awakened chaotic ISO for some reason, and we're using I am also Groot on him, and that was just to help out with survivability, just because he is a fun character to play for Shadowland, but I found that if they get out of his kind of snare and bind, then he gets wrecked really fast. So I am also Groot having that heal was useful, but of course you can just go with a full offensive build if you want to. Let's see here. The obelisk that we have on is a dodge, ignore dodge with a invincibility, and again going with the theme of survivability for him, we have the invincibility on the obelisk here. Ignore dodge is always nice, just help him to do damage more consistently, and then that dodge, again another defensive stat to help out with his survivability. So overall, not too bad, but he does not have native super armor, so if you do want to use him more effectively, then probably having immune to guard break would benefit him. Let's see what else we want to do here. Take a look at the details. So as you can see here, yeah, pretty bare bones. He's just been leveled up, and that's pretty much it. We've got almost max skill cooldown. Our ignore defense is pretty low. The ignore dodge is from our obelisk. The crit rate and crit damage are pretty much average to low. So yeah, let's go ahead and get to tier 2ing him. So we have his tier 2 here, which is Magic Field. And we are going to be getting an apply to all allies. Oh, that's to all allies. I didn't realize that. That could be nice. A 1 second increase to snare duration. Ignore target's dodge by 20%. And increase the duration of pierce by 1 second. Does anyone else have anything that could take advantage? Does that pierce work on any skills? So, you know, any character that has an activated skill that would pierce super armor, invincibility, or pierce anything like that. I wonder if it'll just increase the effects from that skill for 1 second. Not 100% sure. I know a lot of characters have snare, so you could use that on a character that you want to, you know, increase their snare duration. But that ignore dodge is actually pretty nice because it applies to all allies, so I could definitely use him maybe as a support character when I'm fighting like Corvus or something like that, if I happen to need the extra ignore dodge, or if I just don't want to use strikers for a video that I'm making, I can use Wiccan here, so there's some use there. Anyway, we have his biometrics, so we are going to advance him naturally, so let's go ahead and do that. Boom, there we go, we got Wiccan to tier 2. Let's go ahead and back out here, so we have what, the force of, what, Demigray, is that how you want to say it? Alright, so yeah, now that he's freshly tier 2'd, all that's left is to try him out a little bit, so let's go hop into a little bit of gameplay. Alright, so here we are at Shadowland. We are only on floor 6, but we do have the hero relay here, so I wanted to go ahead and try him out on this floor here, just because the survivability is a little bit low, so I don't really feel like trying to struggle a little too much on clearing a higher floor. And yeah, we're going to go ahead and use just Wiccan here because we just want to see him in action. He's got his own self-buffing leadership, which is nice, a 24% increase to all attack, so he has a pretty decent leadership. Yeah, so let's go ahead and jump in here and just see how well he can do. We are going to be at disadvantage for a few of these fights here, but that should be fine because we have, what, 2 speeds that we're against? Yeah, Falcon and the Winter Soldier, so let's see how he does. So we'll start off with our 5th skill here, try to lock them down a little bit. Oh, already messed up my rotation there a little bit. So let's get that going. Then get our bind going. Then we'll do that, and then we'll hop back in. Actually, having that 1 second added onto his snare duration actually seems like it's letting me crowd control them the entire time. Normally they would break out like 1 second before my skill cooldown is done, so they would have a chance to hit me. But it looks like having that increased duration from his tier 2 passive actually makes it so I can lock them up indefinitely if I can get this Winter Soldier here. There we go. So that's actually pretty nice. I like that. So tier 2 is looking pretty good so far. Might even be able to switch to a offensive set on him now and be able to clear these stages a little bit quicker, because as you can see, without a damage proc, he's pretty low on the DPS department. This is taking a little bit to clear the stage here. He has that type disadvantage, so I guess keep that in mind. But yeah, we're pretty much just spamming skills here. Alright, come on. Die, Bucky, die. Alright, there we go. About time. But again, 2 of them were speed types, so it could have been a lot quicker. But 1 minute and 47 seconds, only floor 6. But like I said, Wiccan is pretty much just going to be a Shadowland character for you. He doesn't have any kind of like outstanding DPS or utility that really makes him like a useful character for like War Boss Ultimate or that kind of thing. Maybe only that passive that gives the ignore dodge, that could be useful, so he could be used in certain situations because of that. But again, I'm tier 2ing him for the package there to work my way up to that CTP of destruction, and also because I am going to, of course, try to get my entire roster to tier 2 at some point here. But I don't know if I'd really recommend Wiccan as a early tier 2 for beginning players. He does have some use. He can, as you see here, when he's at tier 2, he was able to pretty much lock down any opponent that he can snare and bind, and yeah, just go to town with his skills there. But his DPS was a little bit low. Again, this is a defensive build though, but that's neither here nor there. So that's just going to be my kind of initial thoughts and impressions on tier 2 Wiccan here. Hope you guys enjoyed, and of course I will catch you in the next one.